0800 yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? Khalid here with another episode of WHTVRINNIT.
Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? 0800 yo fam, WHTVRINNIT. Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? 0800 yo fam, WHTVRINNIT.
Yo, wagwan. I know, like, after last week, yeah, and me saying I hate drunk people, like, a couple people got onto me and was like, oh, Khalid, man, like, do you hate me? Because, you know, I often get drunk all of the time and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's nothing personal. It's not against you. When I say... And I don't even know why I'm explaining myself, because it's pretty self-explanatory per the episode. But ultimately, I'm saying that I don't like being around drunk people, like overly excessive drunk people, the ones you encounter in public places. The ones that you encounter where you have to be on your P's and Q's, where your survival, like, you know, back in the day, going through ends mode kicks in, because you don't know if these people are going to pop off with something that's going to either be racist or some kind of physical, like, combat activity. Like, around drunk people, I am on my P's and Q's. Like, if it happens to be drunk people that are football fans or drunk people that happen to be, like, white or something like that, I kick into survival mode that they might get a bit racist, because there's always that loutery in the big packs. We're like, you darker. Like, man has experienced that before in life, innit? So I just don't like being around drunk people. Like, and I'm not saying on a high horse that I do not drink, rah. I'm just saying, personally, I do not feel comfortable around drunk people. Like, you can hear from my story of the person invading my personal space. If you know me personally, you know I don't like people invading my personal space and getting too close. I have an other episode of the podcast where I talk about people's clammy hands. I hate clammy handshakes, and people's bad breath. Two things I do not like. I have an episode about nail biting as well, because I fucking hate when people bite their nails. But yeah, anyway, they are other stories. Today I'm going to take a trip down memory lane. And I know you love my trips down memory lane, because I come up with some mad stuff that I used to do. And today's is no different. You know what I'm saying? Because, drum roll please. Also, you might hear this off the back of the podcast. I might try and fish for it in, like, my my archive of lyric books, and I know exactly what lyric book it would be in. So, alright, I've hyped it enough. Let me just calm down a bit, dial it back a bit, and let me go into it. So, in the height of my adolescent rage as a budding grime MC, I actually wrote a diss track for Blazing Squad after they released Crossroads, because back in the day I was a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. Big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. Like, I remember I was somewhere and I saw the Thuggish Ruggish Bone video on TV, and that was it. I was like, who are these brothers rapping fast? Catch up with a bump, straight hump. Hustlers, you know me as a hustler. Gonna creep and get deep. Gonna beat. Gonna put that jacket, straight jacket. They're gonna make that money, man. I feel the same now. Do you know what? I've got the background music on mute while I'm recording, and I would hate to think that is just not gonna be in time. But let's try it again. Get bump. Hustlers, you know me as a hustler. Gonna creep and get deep, not just deep heat. Gonna put that jacket, straight jacket. Gonna pay that money, man. I feel the same now. Hit a bit of the backstreet bang. You're gonna be down with a bang bang. Okay, so basically, it sounded like a bunch of nothing, because I've never known the lyrics to a Bone Thugs and Harmony tune, to be honest. I think I just used to like the beats. I like the group aesthetic. I like the fact that they had these, like, wild, like, untamed afros and shit. And it was just really cool. They seemed like really cool guys. Although, when I did get my auntie, I convinced my auntie, she was working at Citibank at the time. The same Auntie Beverly I mentioned in a Christmas episode that used to sneak presents to my cousins that were Jehovah's Witnesses and couldn't celebrate Christmas. I don't know why Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Christmas. I guess out of all of the denominations of Christianity, they are the denomination that keep it super loyal and true to the soil. So they don't celebrate any of the pagan holidays that have been co-opted to gain more followers. And I mean that in the most respectful way, because let's face it, as Christianity gained popularity, it did co-opt a lot of the kind of, and when I say pagan, I don't mean like, you know, dancing around a campfire worshipping Lucifer and fairies and shit. No, like, I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just saying anything that isn't mainstream religion. So, like, I guess the Jehovah's Witnesses are the one that keep it loyal to the soul and trill to the teaching, innit? But anyway, yeah, my same Auntie Beverly, like, got me the Bone Thugs and Harmony album, East 1999. And, it was an awkward one when I got it, because when I opened up the bloody album, I didn't expect to see a Ouija board, some curse thing written backwards. And I know these man weren't on the devil thing, yeah, but, well, I don't know, because at that age, it seemed like they used to rap about God and whatever in their bars and stuff, but them man were just on a different type of wave. So, yeah, I kind of, and then even in the intro, yeah, it was just gunshots and fucking swearing and niggas and bitches and shit. And I'm not going to blank out the N-word, man. You're just going to have to live with that. But that came out, I usually censor myself, but that came out kind of strong still. But yeah, all of that stuff in the intro, and I was mortified. I was like, oh, fuck. The fuck have I got myself into? Why did I play this in front of them? And then obviously I went to play First of the Month. It's the first of the month. Let me put it back down. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Gas your chest and come on. Got a mind, got a big kind, but the good, the cream, but the rap, but the nine, got about the root. Like, literally to this day, I don't know what the hell they are saying. And there's even that thingy, the website Genius that translates all the lyrics. I should like listen to the Bone Thugs albums, and just for my younger self being like 10 or 11, I should go back, listen to those albums and just go through Genius and sing along, just to satisfy my 1995-year-old self. But anyway, I digress. So, man was mad, innit? Man heard Crossroads, Blazing Squads coming out doing their thing. Me and my crew, we're not popping. We're just on the block, like writing bars, trying to get popping. You know, I'm trying to perfect my craft. Like, I'm really got this passion for MCing and shit. But at the time, I kind of didn't have an identity. I was a dead MC, but I had all of the enthusiasm in the world. And I had a couple of catchy bars as well. But to be honest, with the diss track to Blazing Squad, I'm glad that I couldn't for the life of me memorize or record them or even show them to anyone, because I would have got aired. Let's be real. Studio time back in the day was peas. Like, the first studio session I went to, like, Ray Smith paid for it, and True Say me, Gender, and Funks, like, we're in a crew. Man invited us to the studio, but I was the only man that made the cut. Me and Sizzler K. Big up Sizzler K, wherever you are. Man just jumped on the bars, yeah. And I've got to play the background with this band. I used to do a lot of, I don't know what the hell it was, but there's a lot of random bars. Like, man jumped on, yeah. Let me wait to catch the 4 bars. Wait. 1, 2. Let me see if I remember my bars. I jumped on there and was like, hobbity gobbity gibbity gobbity brains MC, the beginning. No, I can't do it. It's too bloody fast. It's too bloody fast for me these days. But anyway, I jumped on and done that. But anyway, studio time back then was peas. Like, man didn't have spare peas just to go studio. Like, those were the days before inflation just effed up everything. You see a £5? A £5 can take you into the future, fam. That's how large a £5 was. that can take you into the future. Especially when studio was £10-20 an hour. Like the first time I actually went to my own studio session and done my slammer freestyle, yeah, that was, I paid £20 and I got an hour, and I recorded the bars in one take, and I done another recording where I done the ad-libs. But the pressure was on because man couldn't make any mistakes. Like, that's how peak it was back then. £20 for studio at Link Studio in Greenwich. Now I think they've built like they've built just blocks of flats onto it, and it was the same studio that I think Roll Deep and Dizzy and that used to use. But anyway, that's my claim to fame. Big up Mick Grimton, because MIK introduced me to that space, and that's how we recorded. And I think big up Drips as well, because you and Grimton went, I think, Halsden or somewhere to press up the dub plate as Slammer. I'd love to actually have that in my collection, you know. Good. Anyway, yeah, so man is glad that like I didn't rememorize the Blazing Squad bars, because one thing I didn't want to be, or I never could be, I could never be one of them MCs that like diss people and don't even get a response, or like you're just not even on the radar. So I'm glad for my future self that those Blazing Squad bars just remain in the archives, never to be seen again. And I think it started off something dumb. Like, let me play the background music again. It was something like, Blazing Squad, you bunch of sods. Like, you bunch of sods. Like, is man back in 96 or something? Is man back in 92? You know, he used to say sods a lot. Big up man like D Nazar. I used to go primary school with him. Last time I see him was in LFC on a night where man was just in a studio session, and I believe he was in the Navy and that. But anyway, yeah, like imagine if man would have went wholeheartedly into doing this Blazing Squad this year, set up a whole blockbuster production of a diss track, and just hearing crickets and seeing tumbleweeds. I could never go out like that. So I said, boy, since studio time is Big P, I am not wasting my time, and I swiftly moved on. You know what I'm saying? Too long don't read. If you fast forwarded to this part of this episode, essentially I penned a diss track to Blazing Squad after they remixed the Bone Thugs and Harmony song, but realised I sounded like a hater and I'd get ignored, so I didn't invest any time or money into it. Do you know what though? I'm gonna set myself a challenge to dig out from the archives and uncover those diss bars. It must have been a 32 or a 64, and I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna set myself that challenge. 0800 Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? And better know, I am Khalid Omari, and I've never been a hater. I have never ever been a hater, because there's enough for all of us to eat out here. So yeah, boom. See you next week. Peace. And by the way, found the bars, and they were dead, like absolutely dead. There is nothing whatsoever from any of those dead bars that are worth me like reciting on this podcast. Even as a joke, it was so bad that I think I deleted the bars. I deleted what I had searched so hard to find. I deleted it, like on a rago tip. Let's see if I can. And the worst is, the way I wrote the bars, it was chicken scratch. Absolute chicken scratch. So I can't even see what they say. What is it? Blazing Squad, you bunch of sogs. I'll spit an axe to your flow, cause my target's locked. You're all shit. While you're behind, you better quit. I spit horrific flows like a bad acid trip. Standard flow was shit, and I heard your cover song. If your crew said it's hot, they must have told you wrong. I spit red. The darts I spit, heavy like lead. Ask Beavis about your girl, I get nothing but head. I nicked that from some rapper. I know you're bugged. what does that say? That something like that someone like me has a grudge. They're not bugged because they don't bloody know me. Verbal blades drip your blood. Glug, glug, glug. Standard flow, that tune was cack. You're covered. You covered Crossroads and it came out whack. Well, did it come out whack? Because as far as I remember, I swear they got a number one. Yes, I was a little hater at 16 years of age. Anyway, fuck Crossroads, travel down to New Cross, forget the ambush. You get gauged on the spot for your chops change, loot in your phone. Take your travel card so you have to walk home. I can honestly say I never robbed anyone in life. I always worked hard for what I got, so that bar was a lie because I would never rob anyone. I'm a cold-hearted soldier, spitting first-degree murder, blazing squad, I'm looking to kill ya. Oh, well, CDS was the crew's name. Well, my crew's name that I created and stuff. And I wasn't a killer either. For your standard flow, feel a standard box. I'm the Foldy Fox spitting 8-ton rocks. Crossroads, I'll face you there. Tell the prick that. Wait, tell PC prick what? That you will get teared. You can run up your mouths like your new age thugs. If you pass through Deptford, I'll hijack your tour bus. Like, this doesn't make sense because about 16 bars earlier I was like, I'll take a travel card so you have to walk home. Doesn't make sense. Bring your crew, a 12 mans and they'll get knocked down, thrown in the Thames and never be found. Are you dumb, blazing squad? This is fun. You country bums will get teared in London. Like, I don't even know where those guys are from. Who cares? Draw for your mic, strike back. You would get sliced up and put in us. Oh, that is grim. I was never slicing anyone either, to be honest. I was a good kid. Blazing squad, you are shit. So shit, you better quit because I will bury you in a ditch. And that's how it ended. So that's what I spent my day doing on the 6th of August 2002. I don't know what other people were doing, but I was just hating on Blazing Squad as a 16-year-old that just wasn't getting any play. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, 0800 Yo Fat, what's good, what's popping? Yeah, see you next week. Said I wasn't going to put it up there because it was so whack, but the game is the game, man. That's what happens. Peace.
Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? 0800 Yo fam, whatever innit? Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? Yo fam, what's good, what's poppin'? 0800 Yo fam, whatever innit?